Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to be playing a game called Time Survivors. It is another roguelite arena survivor, just like Soulstone Survivors, Vampire Survivors and all of that. We do have a sandbox mode which the other games don't usually have. In the sandbox mode you can literally take any of the characters you have unlocked and you can go and do absolutely anything, so you can get any weapon combination or anything like that. There are unlockables through achievements by doing certain things, and then there's also a shop just like Vampire Survivors or any of the other roguelites where you got to level up your strength, armor, health and everything like that. But let's jump straight into it. We are going to be playing on Abe Lincoln. He does start off with the mace. He has a weapon cooldown, extra ammo, a little bit of projectile size. Each character has different stats, as you can see, but we're going to be playing on Abe. We are going to be doing the Dark Age, where we can hopefully get to 99% and unlock Ned, because we want to unlock his weapons as well. So it says complete the quest. By completing the quest, we got to run through the portal at the end. Unfortunately, our little maces over here aren't hitting the little rats that we've got, as you can see. And in the very top is our XP, as well as the time that the game takes. There is only 20 minutes per run. We'll see how we can go. We're going to grab ourselves the radioactive skull. It's a deadly glow around us that deals damage similar to garlic from Vampire Survivors. So that's pretty much where they've taken it. There is a heavy inspiration of the game from Vampire Survivors, and we're gonna see what we can go from there. So +1 projectile to the maces, as you can see. Pretty good damage coming from them, although our damage is very low, so we are going to look for strength, so that's perfect. I don't like the slingshot, so we're going to try and stay away from that as a weapon. You can only have 3 in the very beginning. I've unlocked another weapon slot and power-up slot, so I can have 4 weapons as well as power-ups, but otherwise you are looking at getting yourself only 3, so you got to be wary. You do have to play quite a lot, well, I wouldn't say quite a lot, a good amount of hours though, before you are able to unlock specific weapons or different types of weapons. Unfortunately, the game itself doesn't have evolutions in it yet. I don't know if they are planning on bringing in any evolutions or anything like that. Very first time I played this game, you couldn't play any of the other characters like Neo with fireballs or anything like that. There were only 3 weapons in the game, and it has already expanded quite a lot since then. So this is still in early prologue, so still being developed quite a lot, and we're very excited to see where it goes. It's a very interesting idea. I should have maybe showed you the other level where it has dinosaurs and huge meteors dropping on your head. Maybe we can do another video on it another time for everyone if you guys are interested in it. So we'll take a look at that for future reference. But if they do update the game, new characters, new things like that, we will start looking at them. As you can see, again, Abe starts off with the maces, very strong weapon, as you can see in the very beginning of the game. And we're gonna look for, there's this thing called Amber, one of the weapons. Fireball's one of the ones I really like, and then Amber is the second one, going to be very good for us as well. Majority of the weapons get +1 they keep getting like +1 projectile. I think they all get like 3 or 4 extra projectiles as you level them up, so you do want to try and focus on one at a time, and that's going to help you with damage more than anything else. But other than that, I think the focus is on passives as well, to try and get you more strength as well as HP if you need it. Or even like for me, I went for grabbing ourselves the reach, so that we are able to get gems a lot better. So we did pick up a cooldown reduction little chip over there. You can see it being used, and as you can see, for the time that we have it, we have insane cooldown, but it doesn't last for very long, unfortunately. And now we've got your standard. Ooh, we gotta try and be careful. We kind of locked in a room with a cat over here, but because the not the ogres, these what do you call them again? Gargoyles is the word I was looking for. Because we've got all these gargoyles in the way, we couldn't really chase after this elite cat. So again, just like any of the other games, there is a box that drops. We did pick up a magic mushroom, really taken a lot of inspiration there from, I guess, Mario World, or Mario, where you pick up a mushroom and become huge. It's pretty interesting to see that happening in a game. Very, very interesting over there. So fireball upgrade, cooldown -1 second, and then damage is +15. So it says +15 HP, I guess they just mean +15 to the enemy's HP, because it doesn't give me HP. So you could just say +15 damage. I think that would be a much more universal way of saying it instead of saying like +15 HP. But those are just minor things. Hopefully other people will let them know. I'm not on their Discord for this game, unfortunately, or anything like that. And this is the first video I've been posting on it. I have tried to unlock a good amount of things so that we could all see what's out there in the game and go from there. Maybe hopefully we can unlock Ned this run and go from there. What I would like a lot of these roguelite games to get is to have a speed up button. So like Vampire Survivors has their hyper mode. I would like for a lot of the other ones to also implement a hyper mode into them, because sometimes you feel like the game's just going a little bit too slow and you would like it to be a little bit faster. So, you know, if possible, if a hyper mode could be unlocked, that would be fantastic. But here's the amber that I was talking about. What it does is it puts down these weird like traps, I guess, that deal damage over time, or as long as something's standing in it, it will deal damage to them. So really, really nice. Very good for when you're being swarmed as well. So I like the ambers. They have kept me alive at times where I should have died. So along with the mace, we've also got our amber and the AoE skull. So that should keep us alive, and it should be good enough to beat the run, hopefully. You know, you never know what's going to happen in this game. But very, very good start. I think you do need quite a strong start, because there is a time where the game just decides, oh, okay, time for you to die. I think it's at about 10 minutes where it just becomes a hectic time, and you're like, oh wow, I did not expect that. So really, really good. They do have their chests over there. Really nice as well, gives us a nice amount of gold. We're going to upgrade our fireballs, and we're going to just keep going. There isn't really much on the maps. There are like those weird crates and things you can destroy to get yourself those weird power-ups, like the cooldown, the mushroom. There is gold that you can find on the maps. We did pick up a magnet, so that's going to pick up everything around us, but we didn't need it because we have so much magnet range already because of the passive that we picked up. So we're going to go down here. As you can see, there is an arrow showing us over here. I'm going to show you what that is. It's these weird power-ups. You kill some dude that lands up giving you like a curse, I guess is a word to be using, where if you do everything that you're supposed to do with him, so it's this guy over here, he drops this, so now we get a relic. So you get a choice of 2. You must collect 5 golden nuggets. Until then, any vase you break that does not contain a nugget will contain a golden gargoyle, and then we lose gold instead of health when we hit. Oh, that's the reward. Then this is, you must kill 200 enemies. Until then, each enemy killed will generate 2 cursed bullets. Enemies defeated with a crit will give you life. So we're going to go with that. This just means now when we kill things, we need to just be careful of these bullets that they now spawn, which don't look too bad. As long as they don't like spawn onto us, that's good. And it does have the kill count over there in the top left as well. So a very interesting mechanic. Something very different to what other games have. I don't think I've personally seen a Roguelite that has this kind of cursed relic system where you first start off with a negative and it moves into a positive afterwards. There is another game that does do it, that has a roguelite element in it. That game's called Honkai Star Rail. What they've done is they've got a simulated world universe where that simulated world is like a roguelite element of the game itself. It is a gacha turn-based game, sort of like your Genshin Impact. If you've never heard of it, don't worry about it. But they've got the same concept where in there you pick a relic, and that relic will first do negative or bad things to you for 3 fights, and afterwards it turns into a positive. So a very similar concept over there for the both of them. But as you can see, we do have another one that has spawned that we can go and fight now, or go pick up. I'm not sure how many relics you get during a run, but let's go have a look at what that other relic can be for us. Just move the mouse out of the way. It has been about 8 minutes already during the run, but we'll be okay. As you can see, we seem to be dealing quite a lot of damage. Luckily, these guys don't really, cause us that much grief to have to worry too much about them. We are chasing after our rat friends over here. I think, are they rats? They look like gigantic rats to me. But are they rats is the question that we have to ask ourselves. But we've got some pots over here. We picked up a magnet as well. And some max strength now from the level over there. So over now we've got ourselves the free cooldown. That's fantastic. If we were being swarmed, this would be like the best time to have picked that up, but we're not being swarmed, so very unfortunate use of a cooldown over there. Alright, there are a whole lot of different passives and weapons in the game currently. Unfortunately, only having 4 does make it a bit... yeah, I think they need to go for the standard 6 format like every other game. It would make it a lot nicer because there is also movement speed in the game. And as you can see, that would make a huge difference for us. You can see how slow we currently are. But here's our first boss fight. We are against the Cerberus. Hopefully we can just do him without taking too much damage. We just got to kind of keep moving in between the flames that he spouts. But you can see he's dying very, very quickly. And this is the boss of the level. We are going to fight him multiple times. So the first time, very easy. Even if you aren't very, very strong, you should be able to beat him at least once. But he does come back a lot more difficult later on, or I would rather say not by himself. So he does come back with family members, and it does make it quite a bit more difficult. So, but you know, as you can see, we are dealing quite a lot of damage. I do want to go get that relic from the top over here. We are nearly there. And just like all the other roguelite games, once you have collected a full inventory or anything like that, you will be able to start just collecting gold on its own. So hopefully we can get there soon and start getting as much gold as possible as well. We are sitting at 1,800 gold. It does show you in the top corner over there. And as far as I know, there is a max level that you can hit as well. And once you've hit that level, you just start earning gold as well. But I could be completely wrong there. You can let me know down in the comments section if you've played the game before, if there is a max level for the game itself. But now our last thing to level is weapon size. A very nice upgrade because of our amber, as well as just in general because of the way that we work. So now we can either walk 200 meters or we can kill 200 enemies. I think we're going to do the boots of fire just because I don't really want to die. It does half our current speed until we have walked 200 meters. That shouldn't really be too much of a problem because we have so much AoE and damage that we don't really have to even walk if we wanted to, but we're gonna walk just so we don't have that going on. And we've reached max level in terms of item wise, or itemization, so now we're just going to earn 100 gold every time we level up, so that's fantastic. And we still got about 140 or 130 or 220 steps to go, and we're in a really good spot. Alright, got ourselves some new enemies over here, some bucket heads. They like zombie armored gentlemen. I guess you could, like, you know, they're so massive, but they're not as tanky as you think they would be. But anyway, that's good for us because we still need to keep moving around. Again, we do have a lot more damage, and I do think that the maces are very strong. Usually we wouldn't be dealing so much damage to them. Well, the first time you play the game, for a couple of rounds, you don't see yourself doing this much damage. Normally you like are stuck in the middle of them, walking around like this, trying to survive. So we've come quite a bit of a way. Like I said, we did finish the second realm already, so that put us in a good spot as well in terms of gold, power-ups and things like that. We're going to just kill these guys. That's going to give us just money. And you can skip the animation just like I did. There are 4 of them. Really not much of a challenge for us, but giving us some juicy gold over there. Unfortunately, they don't give you XP, or they do give you XP actually, but not too much, but that could just be my level as well. Alright, so we're sitting on 5k gold. That's pretty good because you do need gold to unlock characters as well as the meta progression. The meta progression isn't really anything fancy in the game. The game itself, you know, besides for the look of it and the weapons, it's just your standard roguelite. I would like to see some roguelites coming out there that bring something completely different to the table. I mean, this has unique characters to it. You know, there aren't characters in this game that you would find in others, and the weapons are very different compared to other games. So it does have that going for it, but besides for that, gameplay wise, there's nothing really out there besides for the 2 relics you get during a run that makes it any more different than any other game. But that's my only critique I have on the game. Other than that, you know, they all have their little bit of grind to them. That's just how roguelites are. But other than that, the game is quite enjoyable. It does have its difficult stages, like now where we're trying to survive this eagle onslaught. Very tanky mobs, but eventually we should be able to survive. Hopefully. I mean, I say it technically, but you know, as you can see, we're not really killing them as quickly as one would like. I'm not sure how much damage you're supposed to do to these things to you know, kill them any quicker than what I already am. So that's very interesting, but at least I don't have to worry about all of these things. They die very quickly, and we have a lot of AoE. It is kind of why we did go the path we did. Fireballs deal massive amounts of AoE. We've got the skull for AoE close to us, and then we do, as you can see, enough damage to everything. I mean, we could stand still and all of these things would die, and we're just in a very good spot in terms of damage. What we're not in a good spot in terms of is killing these eagles, and they're just more and more of them. I thought I'd killed a whack ton, but obviously I'm just not killing enough of them. So things do get quite hectic. This is what I was talking about when you do just get like completely swarmed. It does happen quite often. I did think it was at 11 minutes, but I guess it was at 15 instead. There are more bosses that are going to land up spawning as well. I haven't really finished this level yet. I did get to the part where more bosses spawn, and then I didn't have a strong enough build to really get past that part of it. Even now, this whole griffin part is a lot easier than what it was previously. So my build is a lot stronger, but again, you can see we're still taking a lot of damage. But just like any other roguelite, we can find HP on the floor, and we do have quite a decent amount of HP that we can get from just the actual game. So, I mean, we got lifesteal, that's what I meant, sorry, not from the game. We do have lifesteal, so that should give us a little bit of HP back every now and then, depending on whether or not we crit. But as you can see, we are up against a double Cerberus. I do believe we did kill the one already, so that's fantastic. And there's the other one dead as well. That got us the silver hook, which gives us increased crit chance, which is pretty cool. That's a new unlock for me, and that's probably unlocked from killing both of the Cerberus in the one run. So that's really, really cool. Again, not like I've done that before. I did die here last time because my build wasn't strong enough. Now we've got proper griffins that we are fighting. And as you can see, we kind of just got to stay in the middle over here, hoping that our ambers as well as just all of our damage is enough to keep them away from us, otherwise we will probably die. Now each run is 20 minutes long. Once you do get to about 19 minutes, there is a portal that you'll end up going to. But unfortunately, we did die at 17 minutes. That is just how it is. You can get a look at your stats. So we defeated 3 Cerbera in a run, so that unlocked the hook. And then we killed X amount of everything, as well as your weapons and things like that. So it gives you the damage and the DPS of all of them, or at least, oh, there we go. So fire doing the most amount of damage, and then flail with I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Otherwise, always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.